Well, good morning. Obviously, by the name of the video I just sent out, we were chased by pirates in the Caribbean, but weren't caught by pirates in the Caribbean. I'm in Boca del Toro, just finished checking in, and I thought I'd make this video showing what happened the other night. It's unedited, it's just my raw thoughts going on throughout the evening. And I think it's kind of important because the world is really not a safe place. Whether it be sailing, going to your own downtown, or traveling around the world. Really need to take some precautions. So please do me this favor, and after watching the video, if you're a Facebook friend, share it on your feed. If you're a YouTube friend, share it within YouTube or however best that you can get it out for me, because I think it's important. So please watch what we did, and then at the end of my comments that night, I'm going to share with you things that I did right, and more importantly, things I did wrong. And maybe that'll help us all really realize what's going on out there. So watch Chased by Pirates of the Caribbean. Thanks. Well, good morning. It's the first night of passage. We left Bonaire around noon, and it's 2 a.m. now. And we're headed to Panama. Right now we are sailing off of the coast of Venezuela before we get to Aruba. So we're running dark. What that means is basically I've turned off our AIS, our outgoing AIS, which is kind of like our homing beacon. It tells other ships who we are, where we are, our speed. So I've turned that off, so other ships right now can't see me, but I can see them if they have AIS. The reason being is, I'm sure you know, Venezuela is not the safest area, and a couple months ago there was a boat hit out in this area by pirates. So we've just decided, play a little smart and don't risk it. At least for about another, 100 miles or so. And then we'll get to Colombian waters, which are actually pretty safe, even though our insurance company won't let us go there. So, another day, so about this time tomorrow, I think we should be out of pirate waters. At least for about another 300 miles after that, and then we got to worry about Nicaragua. So who knows? But anyways, our first day of passage was pretty smooth. This should be around eight days. Although, we're running with 15 knot winds, and we've been averaging about 6.5 to 7 knots, straight downwind. Well, not straight downwind, about 145 degree angle. And so we've been cruising along pretty good. We do have a little bit of a current behind us, so that's helping. But it's kind of nice to be back out in the open seas again, even though we got to, worry a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit about, pirates out here. Again, I'd rather be a little more cautious and safe than, risking. There hasn't been too much traffic out here, but there is a guy that's about 20 miles away, and I can't get a read on him on the AIS. So I know he's out there, but I don't know what kind of ship he is. He is moving about 10 knots, which tells me he's probably a freighter or a tanker. But, because pirates usually don't have AIS. But, I would just rather keep an eye on him. He's stated about 20 knots away, and so I just assume keep it there. He really can't see our lights. I've got the lights on, just in case somebody, some fisherman or something would pop up and they'd see us. Again, we're just taking precautions, and not going totally dark here, but going what they call silent by turning our AIS. But besides all that, the first day of passage is pretty good. Cindy took about a 4.5 to 5 hour shift, and she was pretty tired. I got up, I was pretty tired. First night's always tough, but she's down now. She's been down for a little over an hour, and she'll probably do about go to about, I don't know, 6 o'clock or so. That's kind of normal what our routine is. That, you know, I take the first sleep, she takes the first watch, and I sleep anywhere between 4 and 6 hours, and then she does the same. And then I always take a nap when she comes off of my first watch. And then I seem to be pretty much on track, and Cindy usually take a nap sometime during the day. Like I said though, so far it's been so good, you know, with the waves and the winds behind us. It's been pretty comfortable, and I'm just going to take a little check around, make sure I don't see anybody else's lights. And I think maybe, you know, make some midnight snack or something just to keep me awake for another 5 hours or so. I'll check in with you later. Well, it's about 2:40 now, so it's been about a half hour or so since my last update. And this one's just got me, I wouldn't say worried yet, but something I'm thinking about. Like I mentioned before, we're off the coast of Venezuela, getting close to Aruba. And I've been watching this guy on AIS. He's been about going, for the last half hour, about 10 knots straight south. Well, more south than we are, and we're going more north than he is. So we're like on a opposite course. But all of a sudden he has now increased his speed to 12 knots, and he's heading towards us. Yeah, I'm not going to, you know, try to sound alarmed or anything, or try to overplay this, but the fact that he has turned abruptly and is headed directly for us, just got me watching him now. You know, there, like I think I mentioned before, a couple months ago, there was a pirate attack right in the area we're at. Now we did move about 30 miles out, further out to sea, just because of that, you know, taking precautions. But yeah, I just don't like the look of this. Again, why would a pirate have AIS? That makes no sense. But the problem is that my AIS just says there's a boat there. It doesn't say anything about it. It just says vessel unknown, which, yeah, right. But it's not any time yet to try to move out further out to sea or move away from him. I'm just hoping he is a fisherman that's just kind of like found a spot and is moving towards it. But I just keep an eye on it, because he's now moved within, you know, 16 miles of us. Again, I know he can't see our lights yet. We're not that far off the horizon. Our mast is like 76 feet, and there's a bright light on the top there, but you can't see that from 16 miles. So we just keep you informed, let you know. Again, I don't think it's a pirate, but it's enough for me to, rather than sit down and, you know, watch a movie, I'm just going to stay here and keep watching him. I'll keep you updated. Well, just want to give another update. It's like 2:55 now, and the guy is headed straight for me. So I'm going to adjust my course, try to go further away from him, but he's picked up knots. He's now at 14 knots, headed straight at me, and he's at about 14 miles away. So for the first time I can say I'm just now starting to get a little worried. So I'm just going to keep watching him. I'm now going to turn my lights off so that as he gets closer, maybe he can't see me. Again, I don't know if he did see the lights or what he's doing, but again, AIS is not showing me anything other than he's out there. And now the fact that he's coming faster towards me and right on an intercept course makes me wonder he's seen him somehow, or maybe he's, again, still maybe he's just going to a fishing spot. That's really what I'm hoping for. So, well, like I said, I'm going to change course. I'll update you again. Well, here's another update. It's about 3:07 now, and I have changed my course. I'm heading more further north. We're on a course now of 325, and it's put the wind at about 130 to 125 degree angle. So we've picked up some speed. We're doing about 7.5 knots now. So he's not catching us, but he's still heading towards us. He's off a little bit now, so he hasn't adjusted his course, you know, since. So we are not pulling away from him, but you know, he's now on a direct course to where we would have been, where we were headed, not to where we are now. My lights are off, so we're just going on strictly totally dark now. And then all of a sudden, now a second ship about 6 miles further away from him, on the exact same course that the other guy's on, has popped up. And again, it's not showing anything other than unknown vessel, and he's moving at 12.5 knots. So this is another thing for me to worry about. You know, this is not fun in the middle of the night, thinking that there actually might be a pirate out there chasing us. You know, so again, I'm just going to keep watching. Yeah, that guy's still, the second guy's like on a parallel course with the first guy now. So yeah, I'm not that big a boat. I'm not dangerous. I don't need two guys chasing me. But, okay, I'm just going to keep you updated and keep watching. It's not time to wake up Cindy yet. You know, the first guy is about 13 knots away, or 13 miles. So, he's still closing, but not closing quite as fast as he was. And he's not on a direct intercept anymore. Alright, just keep you updated. Alright, well it's 3:15 now, so it's only been 10 minutes from my last update. The two boats are still on the same course that would put them, you know, originally would have put them right on a collision course with us. And now that I've turned a little bit north, they would cross well in front of us if they keep going. But the fact that two of them now seem to be chasing after me, I know I'm being dramatic, but you know, it's the sort of thing you gotta worry about out here. But I'm keeping an eye on them. I just don't like the look of this. They are, well, the one's at 13 knots away from me, 13 miles away from me. And the other one, he's about, oh, he's now with just around 19. So, you know, he's still staying about 6 miles behind the other guy, but they're both on the exact same course. Yeah, I'm not liking this. No, not at all. Okay, now we're getting to a point where I'm not liking this at all. So it's 3:35. Those guys were on that same course, and now they're gone. They've turned their AIS off. Let me try to show you here if I can. So there's us, there's Aruba, and you're supposed to see a little green box, looks like a little triangle, that they were like right about here. And all, you know, we could see the little green triangle. I could see that the course they were on, and now they're gone. So I know they're out there. They didn't just sink, or maybe the second one was a pirate and got the first pirate. I don't know. But they're no longer on the screen, which is concerning that they've turned it off. You know, or my other thought could be maybe they're sailors out here too. That wouldn't make sense. They turned around. So, you know, why they would turn off their AIS unless they're, you know, not planning on something good. So now I'm just gonna start scanning the horizon to see if they're running with any lights on, because they should be, I don't know, maybe 12 knots out, 12 miles out, 11, somewhere in that thing, which I shouldn't be able to see them yet, but I got some pretty good binoculars that, actually I forgot, I got a monocular that's a night vision, and we have enough of a moon to where I could see it, so I'm gonna go find that and break that out and start looking on the horizon for that too. I may turn off all my instruments too, because that brings out some light, and I got a light on up here at the helm. I think I'm going to turn everything off, so I have no lights at all. But I've got a cabin light down below that's on, so it's time to actually start taking real precautions. Hell, I even got a machete somewhere around here. In fact, I know exactly where it is. A lot of good that's going to do me. But kind of things is going through my mind now. May even be time to wake up Cindy. Well, yeah, I don't want to. Actually, I'm not going to do that quite yet. I don't want to worry her. But if they don't pop back up, here in the next few minutes or so, may have to do that. I may have, we're close to Aruba, so we're about 35 miles from Aruba, and it's straight to the south of us. So, yeah, straight to the south. So I might make a call to them just to let them know what I'm thinking. All right, I'll keep you updated. Well, I know you can't see me. I've got all the lights off now, and there's a little moonlight. You might be able to see just an outline of my face. But I'm now scanning the horizons again. They have not popped up on AIS, so I'm just keeping an eye, looking out. But not knowing where they're at, it's freaking me out more than knowing where they're at. So I know they're out there. I'm just hoping that they're overshooting us now, especially they've got no reference on us now. And so they're kind of like finding a needle in a haystack out here if we're all running dark. But really got me playing with my mind here. I'm gonna go back to looking. All right, well, it's a little after 6, so it's been several hours since I've been back to you. But no contacts. I kept looking for any kind of lights or anything. They would have overtaken us by now if they knew where we were. They never did come back up on AIS. I do see other vessels up on AIS, but they show up as tankers and cargo ships, so they're not a problem. We are now past Aruba, so we're starting to finally get quite a ways away from Venezuela, now getting into Colombian waters. So Colombia's become a very safe country, so they haven't had any reports of pirates there in years. So I feel a little bit better now. I'm glad I never woke up Cindy. She's so far got about 5.5 hours sleep, which on her first night, boy, you need every minute. But my adrenaline has finally come down. I do have the lights back on. I'm still running dark on the AIS though. But now that we're getting into a shipping lane, I'll probably turn it back on. In fact, I'll probably go down and do that right now. So we're still on pretty good course, averaging about 7 knots now. So we're really moving pretty good at just 14 knots of wind. But nice to know that we got through that. At least again, since I don't see anything out there. I don't know, but it's been an interesting night. Kind of flew by tonight, rather than being so tired here all the time. So that's where we're at. I think we're going to be okay. A little excitement never hurt anybody. Well, the excitement part anyway. Well, as you can see, I had a few tense moments there, but I really want to go over what I did right and what I did wrong. So what I did right, first thing is I did my research. I checked to see where the pirate areas were. I went on different sites and had a good idea that right along the Venezuelan coast, usually within 20 miles, and if you went on the south sides of Curacao and Aruba, that's where the biggest problems was. So after doing my research, I made a plan. My plan was to go on the north side of the islands, stay a good 30 miles off of them, and then run which made about 50 miles off of Panama, and at night run dark and run silent. And at the end, it took me a while to get there, but I finally made the right decisions on how to proceed to avoid the pirates. But let's go what I did wrong. First thing is I screwed up my plan. Earlier in the video I said I went silent, or I turned off the AIS, and as you can see, I didn't do that. Thought I did, but I hadn't done that. So I allowed the pirates to track me. So the second thing I did wrong was I was very slow to react. I kept thinking, they're not a threat. They're just probably fishermen. You know, I'm in the open ocean. I got my wife with me. It's in the middle of the night. I'm in a known area with pirates. I need to take it seriously. That would be the same thing if, you know, if you were in your own downtown, or if you're traveling the world. You know, if there is a possible threat, take it seriously. And the last thing I did wrong is I reacted late. Yeah, a lot of that was because the information I thought I had was incorrect. I thought I was running silent. It took me a while to figure out I wasn't. And then I still didn't go immediately silent, immediately dark. So I need to react quicker. So these are things that I learned. So I'm glad this little incident was over. I'm glad nothing happened. I'm glad I was able to figure things out and do it correctly. I never want to do it again. And after this, a few days later, we got close to Nicaraguan pirate territory, and I just stayed well clear. We moved south before, you know, my plan was, just because after the Venezuelan pirates, I made sure that I moved further away from any threats. So take it for what you will. The world is not a safe place anymore, and you know, for the most part, it's a safe place. But we just got to make sure that you take precautions and react appropriately. So, signing out from Bocas de Toros. As you can see, beautiful place to be. A little floating bar behind us, which, you know, may have to check out. So it's a beautiful little town. And actually tomorrow, after we spent a few days here, we're going to go explore more of the archipelago. So more to come. Happy sailing. Oh, and again, one last thing. Make sure that you share this with your friends. And different social media sites on your feeds. Might get a lot of views that way, and I would appreciate it. Again, happy sailing.